All righty, we are live. Cajun Coin Hunter here, aka Boudreaux. How y'all are today? Let me do this. Tom Sheldon, how you doing, mon ami? The Singing Coin Collector, Midnight Silver Run. Hey, Miss Mia, how you doing? Michael Kittle. All right, Mike. Let me do this real quick. Need to get in my YouTube side. Here in a sec. All right, there you go, Michael Kittle. Check your email, please, sir. Miss Mia, check yours too. Let me do this. Kill that audio. Okay, that's killed. Uh, get in my live chat. I do my video quality. All right, got that said and done. All right, how y'all doing today? We have a little coin talking chat. Okay, I don't see Michael up here yet. Oh, there he is. Just popped in.
What's up?
Welcome, welcome, Michael. How you doing, bud?
I do pretty well. Yourself?
Oh, can't complain. Just got out of Sacaplata's auction there.
Yeah, it stopped in there a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I saw you in there.
Very cool.
I won a couple of things in the auction.
Oh, good.
I mean, a nice 1904 New Orleans Mint Morgan dollar.
Yeah,
BU.
I think I saw when he was auctioning that. I think I saw you won that.
I'm gonna take a look at it when I get it in. I might keep it for my collection, or might help somebody out. Throw it on the wheel. You know.
There you go.
I saw one a while back, AU, and if it wasn't AU, I'll kiss your foot. It'd be an XF45, but that was an AU Morgan.
Yeah.
That's already shipped out, but a lot of people said, yeah, that's AU. Somebody said that'll pull MS63. I'm like, no way,
Right.
no way. I mean, it was very nice, It was nice, but it wasn't that nice. Not in my eyes, anyway.
Right. Yeah, I probably have to do an auction eventually on here. I just got so much stuff sitting around.
Yeah, and I need to get with you on a gold coin later on.
There you go.
Hey, Busey in the chat. How you doing,
Oh, like
Charles?
one of these here, like one of these little ones here, like little Australian ones.
Yeah. What can I pick that up for?
Oh, like $35, something like that.
Really? That's it?
Yeah, it's only half a gram, so it's gold
Oh,
value.
oh, I see. Okay.
But these
Okay.
things go for about 50 on eBay, I think.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it says on the back they're made by the First Mint, 999 or 49 is fine, but it's 0.016 ounces troy. They're small.
Right. Oh, let me kill my audio. Hold on. Train's coming.
But yeah, you could even say you're in it for $35, you could have 12 spots for $5 each, and you get $60 in for something like that. That's easy. Everybody'd pay $5 for a chance to win a little gold coin, and you could probably even do better than that.
All right. The train passed. So, well, the horn passed.
Right.
And it was one of those slow moving trains. Yeah. I might get a couple of them from you, Mike.
Yeah. Now, there's other coins too, like the Mexican dos pesos gold. Those are about a 20th of an ounce.
Right.
Those go for about 75 to $85, that kind of range.
Yeah. I would do probably, I don't know. Yeah, I would do 12 spots on the wheel. Probably a little more per spot.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because of insurance, but guess what? Insurance don't cover that.
Probably not. But here's the Mexican dos peso gold, just a little dos pesos.
What's that run?
They're about 75, $80, I think.
Oh, okay. A little bit bigger. Yeah, a little bit bigger coin. Yeah.
0.0482. It's just under a 20th of an ounce.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, just the melt value alone is about $75.
Right. Correct. Correct.
And there's always a little bit of a premium on really small stuff.
Right.
I mean, I got a 10th ounce maple leaf there. Got a 10th ounce California miner. A couple around.
Miss Mia, which email? Me or somebody else?
This one might be a fun one. I don't know how much people would pay though. A little 1853 2.5. That's probably getting up there too much though for the wheel.
That's a $2.50
Yeah,
coin?
1853.
Oh, how much is that?
Probably about 200 to $250, somewhere in that range.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about a coin, around $150 or something, to throw on the wheel.
Yeah, that'd be like the 10th ounce maple leaf or something.
Yeah.
Those go for about the melt value, which is about $150.
So how much is that quarter eagle again?
I'd have to look it up to be sure. I think it's somewhere in the $200 to $250 range.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Yeah,
like
it's
to
an
have
earlier
one of
one, so it
those
looks
for
a
my
little premium.
collection in the future, though. Which I can't afford that right now.
Yeah.
I do make a couple dollars on these wheels, but it ain't that much. I'm honest with people. I make like $9-10 on these wheels. Some of them a little bit more.
Yeah.
But that goes for like my camera, tripods, stickers. Stickers. It takes like 10 wheels to pay for that.
Right.
This
is what I need to do. I need to auction some of these off, probably some BU piece dollars. Everybody likes these.
Oh, yeah.
I bought a bunch of these. Not a bunch, maybe a dozen of them.
Yeah, that's a bunch. To me, it is.
Well, yeah. But they're not worth sending in and getting graded. They're probably all just like MS62s or so.
Yeah.
Even if they're MS63, they're not worth getting graded, but nice piece dollars.
Thank you, Native Gypsy. Thank you very much for coming in.
I figured if I auctioned them, I'd start them around $20 a piece and see where they go. Who knows?
Yeah.
Something
right. Andrew O'Neill is gonna do a silent auction, a comment, type auction.
Yeah.
With those Morgans he has. And I think he's going to start them off at like $20 a piece, $21, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That'd be fun.
You're going to have like lot number 1, lot number 2, lot number 3. He's taking care of business at his house also. With his few Morgans, and good dates. And one of them has die gouges, die cracks. Yeah. So that kind of increases the value a couple bucks,
Some people like that.
There might be clashes. We don't know. I told him, I said, man, is that a class or something? And he was like, I'll have to look at it even more. I said, well, go on Van World and check that out.
Yeah, I bought these at the Coin Club meeting the other night. Just a few random silver dollars. I haven't even looked at them yet. It's looks like $5 silver. There's an 1880. Looks like an S, kind of worn down. There's a 22-piece dollar, worn down. An 1891 O Morgan.
I love them old mint marks.
An 1883, looks like Philadelphia. I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, it is. It's kind of worn. They're just lower grade ones, and then an 1879.
Yeah, you're looking at what, like fine or very fine, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I can't even see the mint mark on this one. I got to get my loop out. Oh wow, I might have gotten a good deal on these. I didn't even look at this, Cajun.
Uh-oh.
Guess what mint mark's on this?
CC.
Would you believe it?
Yeah, I would believe it since you said it.
Would you believe that? I might have to pull this
Really?
up.
Come on, man. I was gonna say, hey, send me that one you had there you thought was a hole. I was gonna buy it from you.
That looks like a CC.
Well, it's kind of. Let me see. Hold on. Let me present you. Oh yeah, it sure in the heck is.
Wow.
Man, Mom.
Good thing I just went out to look at them. Yeah,
Man, Mom. What date is that? 1879. Man, you're looking at what, an $80 coin? Let me check this right quick. 1879 CC.
Wow.
Let me check this real quick. You don't know what you paid for?
No, you wouldn't believe what I paid for it.
Melt.
Less.
Okay, what was that? 1880?
1879 CC.
Oh, 79. Oh, wait a minute now. Oh, that's a clear CC? I said $80-$90. Guess what? That's a $175 coin.
That's pretty wild.
That's a $175 coin.
Together, I paid, I think, $66.
Oh man!
Take a look at my list here. Yeah, $66 for all 5.
$175, partner, in good condition. Okay. Now that's according to USA Coin Book. That's not the great shit.
And it's not the perfect coin. It's got like right there on the rim. You see, there's a little bit of a ding.
Yeah.
Messed up, but.
All right, let's see the obverse on it. Let's see the details and.
I got
Miss Morgan there.
Yeah. It's got all Liberty there, and it's got some decent detail.
Well, that's very good.
But yeah, there's some rim issue there.
Now, okay, well, just say good. Okay, you still made a profit.
Oh yeah, well shoot, even if I got half of the good value, I didn't even look at them when I bought them. I just was because I was helping the auctioneer. I was keeping the auction records of who bid on what, and I had just saw that it was 5 random silver dollars, and they were
Where
going
was this?
belt, so I'm like, oh, I'll bid on those.
Where was this at?
What's that?
Where was this at? Online or
club meeting?
Huh?
At one of my local coin club meetings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it was being sold by a dealer who brings tons of stuff. So I mean, he obviously didn't look at them very closely either.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Yeah, so that's fun. All right. So how's everybody in chat doing? Looks CC second year. Yeah, I would have never guessed that. I'm glad I won them now. Yeah, I got the 5 of them all together, $66 for the 5.
Not bad.
So
Not bad. Oh, that's way less than milk.
yeah, I
Man,
think
I
the
wish
milk
I could come across a deal like that. I can make
$13.50 each. So the melt value on the 5 is about $68. So I got them for like $2 under melt for the group.
I could make somebody a sweet deal on the wheels if I would get Morgans at that price.
Yeah.
You know, I could do like, you know, $3 a spot on the wheel.
Oh,
Easy
yeah.
on
Absolutely.
that.
Oh, and you'd sell it in an instant.
Yeah, I mean the wheel would sell out for a Morgan like that. Which I did a couple of Morgans already.
Yeah.
You know, and I did a special wheel one time.
Hi, Slackers.
$350 for that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm
For that
saying.
AU, and you know, but you know, I look, you know, I did make like $6, $7 on that one, but
Just like even these uncirculated peace dollars, you can get these for around $20 to $25. I mean, those would go really nice on the wheel, I'm sure.
yeah. But you know, I like keeping my wheels around.
Yeah.
You know, for a Morgan or a piece around, $4.
Right.
Slacker, what's up, bro? How you doing? Okay, Dizzy is in here. Midnight Silver Run, Miss Mia. All right, let's see who else I missed.
How about this meeting as well? Asian.
Oh, I miss Michael Kittle. You know, I don't even know where he's at right now. Johnny Ray, what's up? All right.
It's just a 1 ounce silver round here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just a round.
Yeah. But it looks like the old silver dollars.
Yeah, it's what, toned or?
Yeah, it's a little bit toned. It says 1 ounce Troy fine silver or 999 fine. But I got it just under melt, paid $17 for it, and silver's a little over 17.
I got a buddy of mine showed up a while back. Me and Johnny Best was here. You've seen him in my live streams already.
Yeah.
And then David shows up, and David ordered went, and he said, "What y'all doing?" I said, "Oh, we looking at some coins." And I was looking at them under my scope, and I was looking up the USA coin book prices for Johnny, and we was flipping some. So he said, "Man, I got something in my truck I need to show you. I got it off of eBay for a good price." I'm like, all right. Went out there and he brought in a 1804 silver dollar. I said, "You know this?" As soon as I saw it, I said, "You know this is fake, right?" He says, "Yeah, I figured that. You know," he said, "I paid like $10 for it or something.
Yeah.
You know, a long time ago. But it is silver. You know, it is a silver coin." You know, so he got
a lot of times they're not silver.
He got an ounce of silver for $10 a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did an acid test on it.
Oh, cool.
Slacker, I had some stuff to show Hector, but I guess he had something to do tonight. Uh, Probably did, Slacker. Hey, Slacker, send me hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. You don't have to do that. Yeah, Slacker, send me an email. Cajun Coin Hunter 64 at gmail.com. I can't pull you up in my address book. I sure can't. I don't know why. Oh well. Anyway, Slacker, just send me an email if you don't mind. Oh wow, MS64.
Yeah, that's got that mark that you like too.
That what?
That O mint mark that you like.
Oh yeah.
This is that 85O.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this one. What did I pay for this one? $54.
Oh come on now. That's a good price.
Well, that's what happens at the auction sometimes if no one else is bidding.
All right, Slacker, not a problem. No, actually, I was in Sacaplata Stream. I support other channels also. Mike was there. Johnny Ray was there. I think Johnny Ray was there. Dizzy was there. Midnight was there. Miss Mia was there.
Yeah.
Just about everybody in here was over there because Sokka told everybody, "Hey, Cajun's going to go live." No, I went live earlier today.
I was in there about a couple hours ago. I didn't realize he was still going all this time.
Yeah, he just ended. I don't know, 10 minutes ago.
Wow.
Or no. Well, 20 probably. But anyway, I was right on time, 5 o'clock today for my silver wheel, and we did Andrew's wheel, we did my wheel. Joe Durbin won Andrew's MS66 West Point quarter. Hey, Miss Victoria, how you doing, Sha?
How you doing, Victoria? Yeah, I went over to Big Flips earlier today just to say hi to some people, and was just gonna pop in and say hi, and I ended up winning one of his giveaways that was going on. So I'm like, cool.
Oh wow, I didn't know Big Flip was live.
Yeah, this is a few hours ago.
I was in there last night for a little while. Actually, for a good while. I made me a couple of labels tonight. Shipping labels.
Yeah.
Made a couple of those for packages going out. Got Joe Durbin's, Liz Ann Fines. I got her label made. I got the envelopes right here. I was in the process of doing that. And then Saka started having the auction. So, poof.
Yeah, I started some mail copy, a bunch of it.
Oh, yeah, I was live at 5 today. Or yesterday, I should say. What? Wait, hold on a sec. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna mute my.
What's up, Mullins? Hope everybody's having a good evening. I guess it's pretty much morning for everybody. It's almost midnight here in California, so it is late.
Nice. All right, I'm back. Hey, yeah, Michael Mullins.
I was showing the stuff I got at my last coin club meeting. We do an auction. Well, we do a raffle at the meeting, and we do an auction as well. So some of these I got in the raffle, but most of them in the auction that they do.
I got a few coins I'm going to show off in a little bit too. After about 10 minutes, I'll show some off.
I didn't even know it. Look right now. They bought a 79 CC Morgan. So,
yeah.
You know that. It's got a little bit of damage on it, but
I was going to tell you to ship me all 5 of them before you even took them out the envelope. At a deal.
Exactly. Good thing I looked at them.
Yeah, good thing.
You like the really slick Morgan?
Like I could have used them for my wheels.
Like this one here, Mullins. It's got a real cool circulated look to it. Some dealers actually call this circ cameo, like a circulated cameo look.
Yeah. I've heard that term before. I've heard that term.
This one's an 83 Philadelphia.
Yeah, Mike said he really likes that slick Morgan.
Yeah, they look cool like that. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have one that looks like that than just like this one looks like it's been scrubbed a little bit or washed with something. But yeah, this one looks like it's been around the block and spent a bunch.
And you never know who held that coin.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're fun. And it's really a nice coin. It's really, I mean, it's worn down into the rim a little bit, but it's no real damage or any real big, offending marks or anything. So yeah, they're cool like that, especially when you can get them cheap.
Right. Hey, Lady B, how you doing?
Lady B just woke up. Okay. If only you could get it to tell its history. Yes, Slacker Stacker. I mean, that's why a lot of people like to collect coins. I mean, there seems like there's a few different reasons people were really into it. Some people are in it just for the money. They see you can buy something for $10 one day and sell it for $15 the next. So some people are in it for the money. Some people are in it just because they like the artwork and they're more like into the art. Some people are just hoarders of everything and they got to have one of every date and collect them all. And some people are in it for the history too. I mean, it's just trying to imagine like, hey, what was going on the year that was made or where it was made or who might have been, who was alive and could have owned that or had that. And what would that buy back in 1883? I mean, there's a lot of fun with coin collecting.
Yeah. How many poker games it went through?
Yeah. I mean, you better have a good hand if you're going to be betting one of these occasion.
Yeah, that's right. Dollar was a lot of money back then. Yeah, you know what? People were betting $500 at a time back then too.
Oh, I could imagine.
The rich guys.
Yeah, Mullins. I mean, some people like a lot of those different. I mean, but yeah, that's what makes the community great because some people, and I'm sure we all know some people like it. Some people are in it just about making that money and being basically like a full-time dealer and turning stuff over. Others never have sold a coin in their life. As soon as they buy something, it's in their collection forever. Some really like the art and the manufacturing, and others are just into the bullion. I mean, but all the different types of collectors make the community that much more fun and that great.
Yeah, and then some of us have knowledge.
Yeah, every now and then a few of us know a few things. So.
Yeah, every now and then.
Every now and then. That's good, too. Well, and that's the other part of it, Gaten. You're right. A lot of it's just about people wanting to share knowledge and teach others and just share the love of the hobby. Whatever part of it they like to share it with others. And that's right. That's why a lot of us are on here. Yeah, Mullins, whenever I hear collectors say that, like when they come up to the shows, I ask, because when I'm set up at a coin show, I'm paying a lot of money to have my table. So if someone's just standing there looking at my coins, I say, well, sure. Would you like to look at anything? What are you interested in buying? And if they just kind of not talking much or, say, no, they're nothing specific. Well, then I usually would ask, did you bring anything to sell? Because I'm trying to buy things too. And, they all have a bag or a backpack or something, but they're not everybody's just as open about saying, hey, I have these to sell. So sometimes you got to ask. So, But every now and then I get collectors go, oh, no, I never sell anything, which, I can respect that. But I always recommend to collectors when they ask for my opinion on it, I think you should always try to sell some coins every now and then, because if all you do is buy coins, you're always out there buying coins, you're never going to know if you're paying a fair price, or you're never going to know how good you are at buying coins until you try to start selling a few. You can look up in price guides all you want what this Morgan dollar here is worth, or what this one's worth, or what this one in the slab's worth. You can look it up all you want, but until you actually try to sell it and see what people are going to pay you, then you really don't know if you're getting good deals on what you're buying from. And a lot of times go back to the same dealers that you're buying coins from and seeing what they'll pay you. That's always a good thing to, good thing to know as well. But
well, there's young collectors that are just starting out. They're building up their collection. Then there's the older collectors that have a lot, and then they help their collection out by selling a few and then buying some coins with the little bit of profit they make.
Right.
I have certain day coins when I tell my LCS, look, I'm going over there with $130. Give me this many half dollars, this many quarters, this many dimes. And he'll have a package ready for me or what have you, because I don't go through the dates and all that. So sometimes I find a date I don't have.
I don't think it's worth for me because it only says 2 likes, and I've already clicked it. So but make sure you click it anyway. 19 people in here. That's cool.
Hey, Seven Wonders, how you doing, bud? I hadn't seen you in a couple of days.
Hey, Seven Wonders, how dare you assume our genders?
Yeah, well, probably in chat.
I'm just kidding you, of course.
Yeah, I know.
You got to be careful these days. I just saw someone on TV that on one of the airlines, they're not going to say good morning, ladies and gentlemen anymore. They're just going to say hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Different world.
Yeah, it's a little.
Benji's took a while to complete. Well, that's always cool to put together some rolls.
That's a little barber that we all familiar with.
Oh, yeah. Last year, this year.
Little dime.
Oh, that's cool. Mullins' first coin from the 1700s. Nice. Is that the pillar design, Mullins? The Turio? I don't know if they do that on the smaller ones or not. I don't buy too many of those. Yeah, nothing wrong with a nice, wholesome barber. Yeah, I'm a big fan of barber coins, for sure. Even when they get worn down, I don't mind. Just shows how. I mean, that's why you see a lot of barbers worn, because people used them, and then those were the coins a lot of people used during the Depression, and
yeah, it's a S. San Francisco, one of my favorite mint marks.
Yeah,
the San Francisco mint mark. When I was a kid, when I was 6 years old, the S really intrigued me because it was so different than the D. It had more character to it, put it that way. And then when I got older, then I found out about the New Orleans mint mark and the CCs when I was a little bit older. So I kind of graduated into the CC mint mark probably when I was like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And back then you can get them a little bit cheaper than you can now. But San Francisco was my favorite mint mark.
In Indian sense, you got to have that 08S Indian, the 09S, and
oh yeah,
I like the estimate mark.
I'd love to have them. Now there was a coin shop in here in Louisiana. Somebody thought it was a 1909S,
Mhm.
and I think it was going for like $50, something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it wasn't a 1909S. It was a 1908S.
Yes, the 08 SE is a good one. And depending on the grade, $50 might be a real fair price.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Canadian Scrapper, how you doing?
I gotta go check
Ozard.
Canadian Scrappers channel. I don't know if I'm friends there. Let's see.
She's friends with Redneck Stacker.
1.17K subscribers, but I'm not one of them. But I am now. I just clicked the button. There you go.
Yeah. She scraps copper and aluminum and all that and everything else. She's got an awesome channel. She's got awesome videos too.
I know. I'm looking at the list here, and
It's an Echo and mic talks.
I'll have to check it out. Oh, really? It is.
I heard just one little bit of echo, I think, or something when I switched cameras.
Are you hearing echo right now? Am I okay?
I heard a little, like a little breakup
Okay.
on your last statement, but it wasn't an echo.
Well, Oz says no. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
it
wasn't
was
an echo. It was just a
maybe
little.
when I opened up another. Maybe when I opened up Miss Canadian Scrappers page, there was some audio bleeding through. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay, Miss Victoria. Let's see. Okay, Liz Ann Fines is in the house. Liz Ann, I got your label printed for your package going out. Okay, I already hit up Seven Wonders.
Overall, streaming. That's the one thing I like about StreamYard is just the audio quality seems to be really good for most people, like better than their normal videos even, and especially like when we're talking to each other. It's like, and you're talking, and I can hear you through StreamYard, but it doesn't really go through on my microphone. It seems like they have the audio set up really nice on the program.
At first, it was a little rough.
Was it?
Yeah, at first. Especially, like, say, if you join a panel,
Yeah.
like, say, if Liz Ann would join on a cell phone,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter the quality of the phone, an iPhone, a ZTE, a Galaxy, or whatever, if you are in the panel and they get more than 4 people in the panel, guess what?
Yeah, I remember that issue too. Yeah.
Your audio breaks up. I mean, your audio don't break up that people hear you talking, but what you hear is all robots.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind joining other people when they're on StreamYards. Like right now, coming on and hanging out with y'all and talking occasion when I hopped in. But yeah, I don't know if I really love it enough to like start doing it on my own channel. I don't know. I never used Hangouts though. Like I guess I just started getting involved in YouTube a little more, and like kind of when they were phasing that out, and just not really seeing people.
Hangouts was a lot better in a way, but uh, it, I'd rather StreamYard, in my humble opinion, because people have to go backstage.
Yeah.
Now I send links via email, and that's the way it should be done anyway. But if you put a link in Hangouts, okay, in chat for Hangouts, just anybody could jump in there, and it wasn't backstage. They just jump in there and swing their rooster and all that stuff, and slap their butt and all that. It happened.
Yeah.
It happened. I got something here that I got a question about.
Okay.
I'm looking at this. Uh-oh. That didn't help things none. All right. I want y'all to take a look at this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But it sure looks like what I see on PCGS.
Okay.
There's the Liberty, the B, even the MS-66s, the L, In God We Trust. See the R?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of those letters are flatter than the other letters. Let
What's the
me let me get in a little closer.
what year is it?
I'm fixing to reveal that.
Oh, you're keeping it secret. Okay.
Just for a little bit.
All right.
I mean, I know it's worn. You
Yeah.
know, it's flattened out, but see the E,
Hmm.
the R, and PCGS has one exactly like it.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
43, huh?
DDO, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, when they get warm, it's tough to identify.
I gotta do some more research on this quarter. But if it is a DDO, that's $100 quarter right there.
Oh wow. Yeah, you really just need to look at a few higher grade examples and look for the real main pickup points and see if you can really identify that on yours. And
Yeah. I need to. I did not go on DDOs or any other websites. I just typed in 1943 DDO because something looked funny to me. Something looked funny, so I typed in 1943 DDO, and PCGS was the first link to pop up.
okay.
There's Andrew.
Yeah,
Hey,
Mullen
my bud.
double dice are pretty cool. We got a couple different ones. They can be pretty cool. They can be real strong. Yeah, Slacker was mentioning the 1970 quarters struck on old silver coins. I saw one in auction. It was a 1970 Washington quarter that was overstruck on a barber quarter, which just can't happen accidentally. It was totally intentionally done by a mint employee. So you're never
Right.
going to find anything like that, no matter how much you look, no matter what. You'll never find one unless you know somebody that worked at the mint or going through their desk drawer. I mean, I guess it's always possible that someone from the mint might have taken one of those as a souvenir, and then years later the family doesn't know what it is and they could deposit it. So I guess there's a very small chance you can find one in circulation, but those didn't get made accidentally like a true heir. And you can find things like that in there's a lot of famous heir coins that sell for big bucks like that one. I think it sold well into the five figures. I don't know exactly what it sold for at auction, but it was just totally made by some mint employee. There's no other way it could be done. Just like there was a lot of there's been a lot of coins that are like that. A lot of the big heir coins are just completely intentionally made, but people like them and they're fun to look at, but they just don't excite me too much when it's something that somebody made when they weren't supposed to be making it.
Right. And when a mint employee does that, it's only going to be 1 to 5 coins.
Oh, sure.
About. That's it. It's not going to be 100
Right.
or 200 unless the mint employee was very rich and throwing leftover silver planchets or something that wasn't even pressed at the time. That he had them saved up
Yeah.
from 1964. Yeah. So
Slack
anyway,
what you'd look for on that. Well, first of all, it's a 1970 quarter. You'd notice that it's made of 90% silver. So the edge would be pure silver, which you wouldn't see on a 1970 quarter otherwise. And then when you really look at that one, you'd start to see some of the design from the barber coinage underneath. Because when you overstrike another coin that's struck, some of the old design will still be visible. It flattens almost all of it out, so it's hard to see sometimes, but some of it will be visible. So,
all right.
but yeah, I think it's a heritage auction within the last few years. So there's photos of it online if you search for it.
There you go, Slacker. You can check your email, bud. The Dublin is kind of hiding Ozark, but it's in the R. It's all the fat letters. When you got a worn coin like that, the letter's going to be very, very fat. Oh, and I have another quarter I could show.
Yeah, Mo, you can usually see them without magnification. Those are cool.
I have another one I could show. It's probably in the same condition. But I'm not sure. Okay, this one's worn out even more. But I'm not sure that 43 was a double. I was just getting a couple of opinions. But everything matches PCGS. As you can see, this one's in better shape. That B is a lot. Well, you can tell that's just a AG4 right there. That's all that is. I just noticed something looked funny and I need to do some more homework.
Double die for sure. Like I said, when they get worn like that, a lot of the letters do kind of flatten out. But you'd really have to find like a split serif somewhere or a little bit of a different level of the lettering, and just so it would look like you'd have to be able to identify something for sure.
Yeah, or some pups.
Yeah.
This right here is a little sweetheart. Boy, this is a soft flip. Wow, this thing's soft. It's a guardhouse, but it's soft.
Mm-hmm.
I got this from Robert Coin Out in an auction I won. Right here. Flip was soft, so, and I don't know if he got it in that soft flip or what, but soft flips
Hey there, Tim.
are more expensive than the non-plasticized guardhouse flips. You don't see anything up with that one?
It's got a big ass mark.
A big ass mint mark.
Yeah, there's something going on there.
It's an RPM.
Is that an RPM or is that a die chip? I don't know.
It's an RPM.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Robert Lawson confirmed all of that and everything with Coin Hop. If he's wrong, a lot of people are wrong. Put it that way.
Be able to attribute it to one of the, cherry pickers guide numbers and.
Yeah, it's already attributed. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's nice condition.
Sure.
I mean, there's little nicks on the E, probably so. There's no spike head going on there. It's got a little wear on it. Let me flip it over. Check out the reverse. That's the first time I put it under the scope.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I just got it in today. Wheat hairs look pretty good.
It's hard to tell the color. Is it just a nice lustrous brown, or is there any red popping through?
I'm going to call that a brown.
Okay.
Just by looking at it. I didn't look at it that good. I just took it out the package and put it up so I could show it later on.
Yeah, I just pulled up PCGS to look at 54S, and they're not showing any repunched mint mark varieties that they've attributed.
What? No VDB? Oh, I got gypped. No, I'm picking.
Oh, the VDB's on the other side of that one.
No, I know. I was making a joke. I got gypped.
Exactly.
Wheat hairs look pretty good. I'd call this high fine. High fine.
Yeah, I just looked. PCGS doesn't have them, and I just wonder if they're even in the cherry pickers guide, that variety.
It's on copper coins.
Oh, copper. Okay.
I think so.
I just don't know if that's. I mean, when you look at it, to me, that doesn't look like an S over S. I can see what you're seeing, but to me, it looks like some kind of a die chip. Just based, I didn't look at it that as close as you're looking at it, but if it was that much of an S over S, then you'd see like where you see the top part sticking. Where's the bottom?
That would be something. Yeah, that'd be something else.
The whole S would be doubled, not just part of it.
Hey,
so
TLT.
To me, it looks like some extra metal or a die chip. If there was an RPM that was that strong, it would be in the cherry pickers guide. That's what I'm thinking.
That's got me curious because Robert said it was attributed, and I forget what he said it was, and he called it RPM. Well,
believe me, I'm definitely not an error or a variety coin expert by any means, but that's
look at that tall. Okay, the regular tall part of the S.
Yeah.
It's very elongated going up and around.
And you can see where it breaks from the main S. It's almost like it almost looks like an extra piece of metal stuck on there. You can almost see where it starts.
That could be a die chip, like you say.
Because think about it, if that was the same S mint mark that was repunched, it would be the same size. So you'd see the bottom part of that higher S, but you only see the top. You'd see the whole S there somewhere.
Right.
I mean, I could be wrong, but like I said, if it was that dramatic, that's why I would expect to see it others graded or others in the cherry pickers guide. Or that microscope works good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
These microscopes are great. Yeah.
That's one of them little $25 scopes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's the one with the ratchet wheel.
Yeah, mine's pluggable with the focus thing.
Yeah. It's got the ratchet wheel on the back to go up and down. It's not the suction cup model.
Yeah, I got this cheap suction cup one. I kind of hate that, but yeah, I think the one you got's better though. I know what you're talking about. I've seen that one.
Yeah, I have the same one Ken Peavy has.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what to get, but I just bought the one that Rob Finds Treasure recommends, and it works fine for the price. And I don't.
Yeah, he has the one with the suction cup.
Yeah. It's just harder to use one hand. You gotta really hold the base and then to focus and everything.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise, that suction cup might come right up with you. That's a pretty interesting piece, though. Whatever it ends up being, but I would have certainly noticed that when I was looking through them.
Hey, Tim. I sent you an email, but let me make sure because I got 2 of them listed. All right, Tim, check your email in a minute. Yeah, I want to do a little bit more investigative work because I didn't notice that it was only there. There's something on the bottom, but it's not much.
Yeah.
If you see what I'm talking about. inside the bottom, inside curve, there's a little bit of something, but it's
Yeah.
not much. You know that smaller S, you know, the one on the inside of that top one, that
Yeah.
looks like would look more like the regular
I think that's correct.
S
The
in that
bottom
top
part of
corner.
that is correct. Yes. And you know,
Yeah.
you've looked at a lot of 50s wheat sets. You know that the dyes chip and they get like they way overuse them. Like look, even in the inside of the 5 of yours, the top part of the 5, there's like a little something going on in there.
Yeah.
Some
What's
kind of
up,
dye.
Tim? How you doing, bud?
What's going on, Cajun?
TLT.
Me and Michael just showing off a few coins. He found a CC Morgan he didn't know he had earlier.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's always a nice find.
yeah.
Yeah. He picked it up for dirt cheap too.
Nice.
Dirt cheap. He picked up $175 coin for like $13.
Well, Red got one heck of a score today too.
Did you?
Yeah, Redneck Stacker. He we was on stream and Melissa was at her local coin shop and he got a MS 64 Carson City graded by NGC for $200.
Doesn't sound too
Wow.
bad.
It's 1884, I think. Something like that.
One of those in the GSA holders.
Yes.
Yeah, those are great.
Oh wow.
Here you go, Cajun. I got something my candy for you there.
Oh man.
One of the new pours.
Railroad spike.
Yeah.
I know exactly what that is. 925?
Oh no, that's straight brass, buddy.
Oh, brass.
The
Okay.
golden
Yeah.
spike.
The golden spike. There you go. That's sweet. Yeah, and I live right by a railroad track.
Yeah, that one was actually commissioned by Buyer.
Barboss? All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Cool.
that one's going to him.
I
Got
would have
another.
I would have never have thought of making a railroad spike. You did a sand cast on that or
That was poured in the ground, buddy.
in the ground?
In the ground. Like I just dug a hole, stuck it in there, and I poured it.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey,
You do
I
a
told
video
you,
of
got to
that?
keep it redneck, man.
You got a video of that?
Of this one, no, but I do have a video up on my channel of me pouring a 2-part metal hammer,
Yeah.
2-part metal miner's pick, and an aluminum railroad spike, all in the ground.
I'll have to check that out.
So now, don't get me wrong, it was a live stream, so it's like 7 hours long, y'all.
Oh,
So
jeez.
okay, I spent all day burning the devil's forge at 3,000 degrees, melting all kinds of stuff. So
Yeah.
Fun.
And Tim
Yeah.
did say, like 2 months before he got this Devil's Forge, because he has no idea why it took that long to get to him. He ordered it. 2 months later, it finally came in. He said, "Hey guys, once I get this Devil Forge in, I'm gonna be a pouring son of a gun. You know, I'm gonna be pouring all the time, every day, if I get the chance." And guess what?
yeah,
He held up to his word.
yeah. I've actually poured a this is my sand rammer. I poured it. It's out of aluminum, and that's all one solid piece. So I use that to pack the Petrobond in my flasks.
There you go.
Slacker Stacker's asking, how do you make a mold in the ground?
Man, literally, it can't be a complex mold. Like, really, it can't be. The normal way you would pour a hammer, you gotta flip it, invert it and pour it backwards. The normal way you would pour, like the skulls, I haven't really figured out yet. I've got the basic design going. They're a little bit harder, but they're coming along. Like you got to think backwards.
I would
when
guess
you're
it matters
pouring
what kind of soil you got where you're at too.
Well, I mean, like Slacker's my neighbor. You know, he don't live too
Yeah.
far from me anyway. But
Stacker.
huh?
You said stacker?
Slacker
Slacker.
stacker.
Oh, slacker. Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha,
Slacker.
gotcha.
Yeah, he don't live too far from me. You know, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump kind of thing. Um, but yeah, our ground is like really sandy.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So we're basically pouring in like green sand.
Yeah.
So like literally you spray a little bit of water on the ground or use a little water bottle, and because our ground stays so wet all the time, it doesn't matter if we didn't have rain for 2 months. You dig down this far in the ground, it's still wet. So I mean, it's actually really easy to pour into the ground.
Oh, cool.
yeah. You have what you have what they call is a fill sand.
We have no,
Which is like
we have what they call sugar sand.
yeah. Well, okay. But once you dig down, we call it fill sand, and it will pack.
Mm-hmm.
It will pack.
Yes,
Almost like death clay or whatever. That stuff will pack.
yes, it'll pack hard as rock.
Yeah.
You know, but I have seen it in the summertime. Like every now and again, you'll get little patches that'll be like quicksand. So I mean,
Yeah. Right.
it's pretty fun. It's been interesting pouring into the sand. So um, I do have a few videos that I'm editing right now and going to be posting of some cool stuff. And I guess the next step is to pour a sword. You know, I mean, I'm all about going big or going home, and I did this railroad spike because it was commissioned. Normally I pour when I do my pours or whatever, like my crucible I use is somewhere around 27 kilos it'll hold of copper. So, I mean, I pour big. So I figure why not do a, sword or, I don't know, maybe a shovel head or something, a full size shovel head. I don't know.
Oh
We'll
wow.
figure something out.
Now that shovel head is going to be uh what's the right word for it? Some work involved. There's another word
Yes.
for it because of the shape of it.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's literally, I'm going to have to figure out a way that I could basically, I'm going to have to pour it real slow because with it being as skinny as they are, shovelhead's not really, it's not thick. So you can form gas pockets, and of course, then you start getting popping and everything like that. And that is dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Depends on what you're gonna pour it
for,
with or whatever, or how you poured the mold or sand cast or ground cast mold or
yeah, 470 map gas tip. I'm not sure, Slacker. Does it have the turbo tip on it? Because the one that I use is the Benzomatic TS 8000 when I'm using whipping dish. I'm not sure on the 470 mat gas tip. I don't know what tip that is. I guess I'll just let me look that up actually. Um, let's see here. Let me look that up. If a stock tip would work. I actually think it's got to be that turbo tip, Slacker. I know Tractor Supply sells a really good one, and it's what they call a plumber's kit, and it's based off of the TS8000, but it's like the TS8000 XS or something like that, and it literally just has a hose run from the tank. That way, you don't have to like have the canister connected straight to it. Yeah. Yes, cute.
This ain't nothing special. It's just a 42D that I think's got some grease on the B and Liberty. It's in pretty good condition though. And like a high VF.
That one would work, Slacker, if you had two of them, probably.
Hey,
You know,
Hector. Man, mijo, how you doing, buddy?
hey Hector. Hey, Slacker was looking for you earlier, Hector. I mean, if you got the Benzomatic 8250 HT, that's a high temp burner, so that would work for you, Slacker. But I'm pretty sure the TS8000 is cheaper. But
What that is on that B right there, that's grease
mm.
or like a grease field or maybe some damage on it. I don't know. But
Well,
it's a nice little.
NPV rule. You always start assuming it's damaged, right?
Yeah, that's right. Always
That looks
sort of
like it's
assume.
right close enough to the rim like that.
Always
That could have been
assume the
caused
worst.
by crimping, like when you crimp the rolls. Like if that was
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because I do see some other stuff going on. Uh, see if I can find my little pointy stick here. Well, let me get a brand new one. I do see something else. Oh, one fell out. That'll work. I do detect something right there and
yeah,
right
the
there.
sign letter, yeah.
I do see something there.
yeah. It does look like it might have been, an ender in a roll kind of thing.
Sometimes counting machines do that. Sometimes it's the end of the roll kind of deal. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
yeah, right up there, there. Uh, Back then they had
Hey,
like
Liz, good one.
on their rolls. Okay, actually, a lot of those dimes weren't crimp roll back then. Back then. That's not to say that it wasn't in a roll that got crimped later on.
Good night, Ladybug.
Lady B, thank you for coming in.
Take care, lady.
And a lot of rolls, like I've got some penny rolls, BU penny rolls, that have a cardboard plug on the crimp side of it, and that was to protect the coins.
Is that right? Okay.
Yep. There's
Yes, Slacker, they are.
copper coins that tell you that. Ritz Cali will tell you that. I've got them in like that. I bought BU rolls with the cardboard plugs on one end. That was the machine style rolls.
Cool.
Okay, let me do this. Hold on.
Yeah, slacker.
I will be checking that S out more thoroughly later on.
Oh, definitely.
There was something very odd with that top part of the S and the bottom part that looked double or what have you. Just looked strange. That's why
Yeah,
I wanted to show it.
the stock tip that you get in those packages, slacker. Yes, those will heat the mold hot enough. I'm good, Hector. How you doing, buddy?
Hey Hector, you can check your email. But it's a nice coin anyway. Like I said, about a VF or so, high VF. Maybe high VF. And then I got a S right here. But that's not the one I wanted. That's just a regular S instead of a micro S.
Yeah.
And that's a 42. It's not in that good of a shape. But it was a good find.
It dang sure was.
Yeah, anything that's a little bit out of the ordinary is worth pulling and taking a look at for sure. That's half the fun.
That's right. Yep.
Yep.
Mm. Occasion, I think I'm gonna get my butt off here and turn into bed, buddy.
I ain't gonna be long neither.
So
So it's gotta be on about an hour and a half. So all right, Tim.
yeah, buddy. Thank you for inviting me up and thank you for having me. So
Anytime, bud. Anytime. We'll catch
hey,
you.
Hector.
Hey, TLT.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, y'all have a good one.
Take
You
care.
too, sir. What you got there, Cajun? Mercury?
Yeah, it's just a Mercury Dime 42S. I was first time I put it under the scope, and I went to see if it was a regular S or a micro S or what have you.
Oh, okay. Hello, Michael.
How you doing?
Tired.
Yeah.
I had the classes from hell today. We had I wrote 4 pages of notes on students' behavior.
Oh,
Never
boy.
wrote 4 pages before.
That long weekend got into some of them, huh?
Yeah. And then one of the girls that I had last Friday got expelled from school.
Oh, wow. That's serious.
That's the one that
Yeah.
hit you in the glasses.
Yeah, she got. Well, what happened was that I guess that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and she had some major infractions with teachers, and it just culminated when she was defiant and very, should I put it? She didn't care one way or another what happened to her. You know, when the officer got involved, and it was simple assault. It wasn't like felony, first degree, whatever. But it was enough to, I guess, tilt the decision to expel her and put her in continuation school instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough to where you
Oh.
got to address it, it sounds like, yeah.
You know what? I just
Yeah.
realized. I just realized something.
What's that?
It's the 45 that has the micro S, not the 42.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Here I am thinking looking at it, thinking it's a 42 instead of a 45 for the micro S. Oh well, wrong.
Now, is that the only one that has this micro S? Is it
Yeah,
45?
45.
No, Slacker Stacker. He's not talking about his daughter. I think he was talking about a student at school where he teaches.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can't see the chat. Let me see.
a girl student. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I think I'm catching a cold because my voice sounds different. Being around kids a lot, they're always sick. Oh my God.
Gosh, I could imagine.
It's like community. It's a community big, not bed bug, but more of a. They got allergies and they don't clean themselves afterwards. They come sneezing all over the place. And
Right.
so I was every teacher that I've ever known, myself included, I always have one of those aerosol disinfectants and wipes. Whatever.
Purell everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't hug a lot of kids. You don't touch kids. You don't even shake hands that much. You bump fists because you can't tell what those kids have been. No, I'm serious. These kids, yeah, they'll come in sniffling with their hands, and I said, no, thanks. Can you just, okay, no problem.
Yeah. Even if you bump that fish, you get some antibacterial, some Purell, a little pocket bottle, bust that open and put that on your hands and wipe your hands with that.
Oh yeah, when I'm at coin shows, sometimes you see someone you've seen on every show, and you shake their hand and everything, and
right
as soon as they walk away, it depends on. Sometimes you're out of you gotta get that Purell out, or if I'm out of Purell, I've even had I usually have a bottle of Windex to clean the cases. I've squirted a little Windex in my hands. Even
I don't blame you. And not only that, even airports, the same thing. When you're waiting for your plane flight out or in, and you're waiting for your flight. A lot of people, they move from chair to chair, and they're flying in from out of the country or from another state. Yeah, that's even crazier sometimes, I think.
Oh, sure.
We have our big local grocery stores over here. With just one, but we have another smaller one, and they have Purell wipes.
Yeah.
Right there outside before you catch the buggy. You grab a couple of those wipes, Purell wipes.
Well, yeah, it's also to wash your hands before you touch all the food in the store too. Yeah, we got those.
Well, and then you, before you grab your grocery cart, you wipe the handle off on that grocery cart.
Yeah. And we got them too over by where you got the meat section where people are touching all them packs of meat, and some of them are popped open a little bit and have some juice on them and stuff. There's wipes there too, because people that stuff tracks all over a whole store if you don't clean it.
Well, I used to work at the grocery store for 11 years, and I used to remember kids playing with the beans, the dry beans, or touch, they'll take a grape from the shelf and they give it to their kid and eat it, and then the kid grabs
piece of fruit probably.
Yeah. And they'll grab a piece of fruit and they put it in their mouth, and they'll go back and touch another one. I said, no, geez, that's not good.
Slacker hit the nail on the head right there. He's a carpenter.
Is he?
Use the paper. No, I was just saying that, making a joke. But use the paper towel you use to dry your hands to open the door before you leave. Then you throw it in the trash can.
Slacker, me and Hector are from California. You think they got paper towels here? That'd be wasteful. You got only paper machines here. At least in Southern California.
I've been known to, when I worked in produce, I always wore gloves.
Oh, I bet.
Because they told us we couldn't transfer anything because of health code violations, and we had some E. coli. So
not only are you protecting the fruit, but there's all kinds of stuff on that fruit that you don't want on you either.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say the same thing, because
especially when you know all these different countries this stuff comes from.
Well, yeah, I mean, I found I found a snake in a banana box one time
No
from
way. Wow.
yeah, and so we had to call the what do you call it? Not the animal control. We had to call
Department of Agriculture.
yeah, because we didn't know what kind of snake it was. I've never seen it before.
How does that
We
stuff
have
get past the inspectors and through the airport like that? That's crazy.
it's easy because when they curl up,
I
they're
guess,
in
yeah.
cold storage and they're gassed. So when they're gassed, they get numb and they don't move as much.
Oh yeah,
So
because they're reptiles, so yeah, they just like cold blooded and
right.
kind of go into
So they
like
try to find the warmest part of the
shutdown
box,
mode.
so they get themselves deep. And
Yeah.
I heard a hissing sound. I go, "What the heck
I
is
bet you
that?"
jumped a little bit.
Yeah.
And
You
I'm like,
see, when they pick bananas in South America, Honduras, whatever, and they haul all them bananas on those cargo ships. Okay. Then they mist a very, very fine vapor mist of a certain gas that's
right,
actually made from ripe banana peels. And they spray that in the cargo hold on the way to the United States. And that starts the ripening effect of green bananas.
Hmm.
Green
actually,
bananas.
they ship them green.
That's right. And they gas them. So, and you can grow your own bananas on your own trees. You know, if you have the right weather, right climate. We're in subtropical zones here in South Louisiana. We can do bananas every now and then. And you put 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever green bananas. We have the lady fingers down there. And I'd much rather the lady fingers than the big Dole bananas you buy in the supermarket. They're a little more tart, a little more tangy. But you take a ripe banana from the store, you buy one ripe banana from the store, you throw that ripe banana in a huge paper bag, grocery bag, the old style grocery bags, and in about 3 days, those green bananas are going to start to ripen.
Hey, Michael, you fine?
Hey, Michael Fines, how you doing? VC, check your email, bud.
Hey, VC Coins, I didn't see you. Oh, Seven Wonders.
Yep,
I didn't see you there, son.
he's been in here for
Yeah, I'm on
almost
my
a
phone,
start.
so I'm on my phone, so I can't see the comments yet until I go switch over.
Yeah.
You know, I had a buddy of mine who was a germophobic, almost. Uh, he was like Howie Mandel. Just about everybody knows Howie Mandel, the comedian, and he's a judge on a few shows and stuff. Well, he fist bumps people
Yeah.
every now and then.
Now,
Howie Mandel is a true blue germophobic.
yeah.
And my buddy is the one, not Howie Mandel, but Eddie Rodriguez. He's originally from San Antonio, Texas, but he lived in Mobile, Alabama, most for a long, long time. He worked for Toby International and Tobin, which was a topographical company for all field work. You know, doing the oil wells, natural gas wells, and stuff. Doing people's shares and all that and everything. So anyhow, and I would cruise around with him to all the courthouses in Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana. And actually, I would get paid to do that. He was training me to do to do maps for Tobin. And he made good money. He was making like 5, 6 grand a month doing that. And uh, he would hardly never shake hands with anybody. If he would shake your hand, he had a little what we call a boot bottle of Purell in his pocket, and he would immediately take that out and wipe his hands. Yeah. After everything he did, handling meat, ground meat, steaks, for grilling or cooking, whatever, he would always put that stuff on his hands.
Huh.
And he's the
That's
one.
not like
He's the one taught me that trick with the paper towels that you dry your hand with to open the bathroom door, and then you just throw it in the trash can while your foot holding the door.
we try to tell eighth graders to make sure they wash their hands no matter what. We did an experiment. We have about 850 students in one school, and we had one student in each class um, get sprayed with a certain chemical that under black light you can only see.
Yeah.
And we wanted to see how many times one person from each class, by the end of the day, we had an assembly about an hour before class went out. And then we started wanting all these people that wanted to see how an infection can be spread when you have a cold and flu. This is when we had that epidemic of the triple E or whatever that was that they were talking about a few years ago, but it was calling a pandemic flu and it was killing people.
Yeah.
So we try to show them that how contact is transferred to person. And by the end of the day, we had our rally, we started pulling students out. But we did a floodlight that was black light, and we turned all the lights off, closed the windows. And it's
Yeah.
kind of hard with the gym, but we did, and we started noticing, and we started doing the black light with everybody. You should see the kids just freak out because not one person didn't have one part of their backpack or their shirt or the jacket, a sleeve, their hair,
All
when the
over their
kids hug each
faces and
other.
stuff, probably.
Yeah, they were just amazed how many kids, including the teachers, and the teachers said, "Oh, I didn't touch anybody today." Well, they don't notice that they do because you touch them as you brush by, or you put your hand on their back shoulder when
Seven
and then all
Wonders
of a
was
sudden
asking if it was green.
it was what?
Seven Wonders is asking you if it was green.
Um,
The
it didn't
color.
show up green. It showed up like a dark purple.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it was one of those special chemicals that just they're not harmful or anything. It just shows up only on black light.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, almost. We
there's
always.
there's a documentary on uh chicken, raw chicken,
Uh-huh.
and it's kind of like that black light effect. What you talking about?
Uh-huh.
No matter how much you wash your hands or whatever. Well, if you wash your hands real good, your hands won't show up that much. But when you handle raw chicken in a plate or on a countertop, you can clean it off. Just wipe it down like with a wet soapy rag.
Yeah.
Okay, they did all that. They wiped it down with a regular wet soapy rag, uh, and then they sprayed this chemical on there, put that black light on there, and it showed how much
Oh yeah, the
chicken
chicken spread
juice
around a lot.
was everywhere.
Well, yeah, that's why they started putting that disinfectant over by the meat area of our grocery store too, because you touch those
Yeah.
packages and those things. Even though the package is clean, it's covered in stuff. It has to be. And then people go through the
Yeah.
whole grocery store touching everything else in the store.
Well,
Yeah.
when we used to work in anytime I worked in a cashier's office or any of my cashiers, they always started wearing gloves, and especially like the finger. I don't know if you ever seen them, but even the post office has these gloves that are fingertips where you only touch, the gloves, the finger parts of the, because always heard that there was always cocaine or drugs on the money, paper money, and that there was a certain percentage that had a high content of cocaine on it.
Right. Well,
So I can only imagine, getting all the money from the registers, and you're pulling 10,000 or 15,000 per register. You're pulling it in. It's got to have some kind of drug residue on it still.
oh, I'd imagine it's got to be. I would imagine it's a low enough concentration where it ain't going to do anything to you, though. You would hope.
No, but exposure over time, and 5 days a week,
True. Yeah.
8 hours a day.
Oh yeah, I'd be wearing some kind of gloves or something too if I worked in some.
Yeah, and then you lick your fingers. You lick your thumb and your forefinger to
Now
separate
that's
the
a
bills.
yeah, yeah. We tell our at the time when I was working as a cashier manager, I remember telling them, like, do not, whatever you do not lick your fingers to count money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't even touch your face.
Yeah, exactly.
Just that's where a little sponge or wet sponge comes in handy. A damp sponge, and you just put your fingers on that, and boom.
I think the worst was sometimes I had to help a customer out load their groceries in their car, and there was one lady. She was a very old lady, but she was very agile, but she'd never clean out her car, and then we had to stack her stuff in her, put her stuff in her car. Sometimes you see, half-eaten hamburgers in the bottom of the floorboard, or
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
sometimes we would look at each other. No, it's your turn. No, it's not my turn. I did it last time she was here. It's your turn.
Yeah, when I was
That's-
in high school, I worked like during my summer job was working at a auto place and like doing oil changes and things like that. And just when you
uh-huh.
get into a customer's car to like pull it into the garage, like just shocking, like how bad like some people like are with garbage and stuff in their car, and like
Yeah,
it'd be like so
And
bad, like,
stink.
no one else could even sit in the car but the driver, and it's just like, and that's how they're bringing it to a car shop. So it's like they're not even hiding it at that point, or if they cleaned it up, it's like wow.
And it
And
smells
Oh,
horrible.
in the
yeah,
Midwest, it would be like 100 degrees, and a warm car like that just doesn't smell very good. That's for sure.
yeah. Or they're a cat lover or a dog lover, and you can actually smell the dog in the car.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one thing. I mean, but it's like when it's just garbage, that's like, oh man.
Michael says he was examining some $1 star notes, and there were white crystals all over it.
Oh wow, yeah, I see
And he
those.
didn't say he didn't see any without any magnification. I said, yeah. Sometimes you feel like a little bit of a sand or a little bit of uh, some kind of texture that that it's slippery and it's still like coarse at the same time. Yeah, we used to have a spray one time that would sometimes we get large bills. I mean, large number of bills, and we got it from the same customer. Sometimes we just spray them just to make sure, and sometimes they would be positive for drugs.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. Even cops sometimes will spray the money that's like a bundle, see if there's any residue for chemicals,
Really?
methamphetamine. Yeah, because if they suspect it's a drug dealer because of the amount of money that's in the car. Sometimes they'll do that and they'll just not tell the suspect, and they'll say, "Well, is this all you have?" And they'll check and they'll say, because cops they have a certain way of saying that certain
Oh yeah.
denominations and certain orders they deal that way, and that way they can make quick change quick change for a $20 hit.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they do, and then I'll spray sometimes the car to see if there's any residue of any chemicals, like methamphetamines, or what's that one that they always talk about, the cold medicine they always look for.
Sudafed?
Sudafed, yeah.
Not that I know anything about any of that.
Not
Michael?
Sudafed. It's ephedrine.
Yeah, but that fixing the
Ephedrine.
Sudafed.
That's
I
what
think it's in
they.
the.
Sudafed is ephedrine. I mean that's the chemical name, ephedrine. I used to call it ephedrine years ago. They used to make what they call Pepquick pills years ago. It would keep you alert, and it was alert pills, kind of like no dose. And
Yeah.
we would play pool, hustle pool. Me and a buddy of mine, he was my mentor, taught me how to master my English on the pool table. And after I would get off the DJing, after my 4, 5, 6 hours or whatever, DJing in the bar, uh, we didn't have a 2 o'clock closing law. We would go to the next city over or in that city, and we go hustle us some pool, and we come home with like $1,000, you know. And he's the one taught me about the pep pills, Pep Quick, and he called it ephedrine. He said it has ephedrine in it, which wasn't a bad thing back then. It didn't have that much in it, but people wasn't making that stuff back then, as far as I know. You know, back in the early '80s, and he says ephedrine, and then I finally, about I don't know, 12 years ago, finally learned how to pronounce it right, ephedrine, and that's the main thing to make crystal meth with.
Mhm.
Uh,
Now the big thing around our in our area is honey oil from THC and marijuana. There are a lot of fires, and not here, but in Fresno especially. They've had a lot of fires because people are cooking that stuff in the garage, and they catch on, and sometimes the flame inside of the water heater causes
cooking
explosion.
meth.
No, honey oil from marijuana.
Oh, okay. Never heard of it.
They'll get around.
Yeah, it's like I said. He's got a messy car, but it's just junk mail in the back seat. When he checks his mail, he throws the junk in the back. One time I thought I
Yeah.
had some junk mail and I opened it up. Frick, it was a freaking check.
Oh no.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Good
It
on
wasn't
you.
much. It was like $12 or something, you know.
Yeah.
Insurance company overpaid on some medication.
I had my cable company recently send me, I think it was a 92 cent or 98 cent check. It wasn't even $1.
Well, even the state of California has. They sent me a letter saying, "Are you this Hector Gutierrez from?" They called. I don't know. What they called it, but it was only for 9 cents. Do I want to claim it? I said
Yeah.
no.
Oh, like the state unclaimed property people sending letters
Yeah,
out?
yeah. Because they have Hector Gutierrez, and they have all these people from different cities, and they have all these different amounts. And they said, "Which one are you of these? Can you prove your former address?" And none of the addresses I've ever been at what was stated in the letters. I said I had to respond, and said you must respond within 90 days, whatever.
Yeah, I searched the one because every state has an unclaimed property like website
Right.
or something nowadays where you can search. And I searched the Illinois one where I used to live, and I looked on there. And when I was in college, I forgot what it was. It was some kind of utility account when I had my apartment there that basically was like almost like $100. Like it was like 80 or $90 there that like was in my
That'd be
name.
worth it.
I couldn't claim it because to do like the paperwork they required to do, they wanted you to like prove like with billing statements or something that it was really yours. And it's like, I don't have any of that stuff from 15, 20 years ago or anything. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
maybe call the companies and maybe that, but it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine that owned a business in Kaplan. Uh, he had a crawfish trap business, you know, making crawfish traps. He would sell uh, the gill net webbing, you know, for fishing supplies. Huge business. And they audited him 3 years in a row
Wow.
for some
Actually, I
reason.
wanted to type in the chat. I probably want to make sure to subscribe to you.
And every year, you know, they said, well, you owe this much money. You owe this much money. We come and audit you. Well, kind of find out, I think he got one for 62 cents a check. He got another one for like 19 cents. From this is all internal revenue checks. Then he got another one for like $2. He put all that in a frame, had a custom frame made from a frame shop,
Right.
and put all them checks in there and hung it in his office on the wall
Oh, no
to
doubt.
show people that how ignorant, okay, ignorant that the IRS is, and they paid an auditor or 2 or 3 auditors to go through all of his stuff.
Oh, not only the money wasted on
How
that,
long?
the money
They
on
paid him
the
hundreds of
out and the
dollars.
postage to mail it was more than the check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. They paid all these auditors several $100s
Oh, no doubt.
to do all this work to pay this man. They wanted to find something on him.
Yeah.
They didn't. They ignorant.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Man.
I don't think I. Hey, Cajun, can you type something on the phone so that? Yeah, because I don't see a place where I can type something.
On the phone or in chat?
Well, on my phone for chat inside there. Slacker's asking me to write something in there. I don't know
Okay.
if is he looking? Are you Slacker? Are you looking for my my homepage on YouTube?
Yeah, he was just asking for that. I'm guessing that's what it was for.
Okay.
Probably wanted to check you out.
Let me hold on, my YouTube was froze up. Okay. Now I can see my chat. I mean, I can say hey in chat.
Here, I'll just put a link to your
Yeah, do that for me, please, guys.
Oh, you put a custom link there? That's fancy. I'm guessing that's still you. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Michael, when you go to those coin shows and you set up your display and everything, do you have anybody try to look at something and somebody else try to distract you? Maybe because they're working together.
Oh, absolutely. There's reports of that all the time, like people stealing stuff or like during dealer setup, but usually during dealer setup, typically only have dealers in the room at the time, and you still have security there. But a lot of shows, I mean, they sell early bird passes and let the public in as long as they pay a little bit. And
right,
there's always some people you got to start, and even with other dealers in the room, you got to be because. Like when I get a table, especially at bigger shows, like even if it's just me at the table, I can get other dealer badges. So I usually put one of my buddies on there who helps me out a little bit during setup. But then I can put like a couple other friends. I can get them dealer badges just so they can get in early. And sometimes they give me a few bucks and they're roaming around just as customers, but they have a dealer badge. So there's all kinds of people that aren't like sitting behind their tables roaming around. So you just got to be cautious. But even during the show, there's a lot of people like, they'll ask to look at one coin, and then somebody else will look at 3 cases down the table, will ask to look at another coin. And when you turn to open up that third case, like the other person will quickly open up your case and slip something out. I mean, there's people that work in teams like that. So I've just always been learned that when you're on your own, especially just only give people 1 or 2 coins at a time. Because that's what a lot of people do. They'll ask for like, oh, can I see this one, this one, this one? They'll ask for to see like 8 coins at once, and then the next person will ask to see. So they're counting on you forgetting exactly what you have out, and then every time you always lock the case, even if someone's just looking at it for a minute, and then you unlock it back in, and yeah, there's just but because when I first started, I was like real, I guess not very secure about stuff. I just trust people too much, and I don't think I've been ripped off for too much. I know I've lost some things because when you do inventory and you see like, oh, there's 2 or 3 things missing. I wonder where that is. And maybe I sold it and just forgot to write it down, but I'm guessing a few things got stolen. Nothing major, but no, I used to like when I was at a show, I'd have my 4 showcases on my table, and since I'm standing there, I'd leave all 4 of them unlocked. It was just easier, when someone wants to see something, put it right up. And then if I walked away or had to go use the restroom or something, I would lock them. But nowadays, I mean, especially because I got better stuff and some of the stuff isn't mine, some of it's on consignment. Yeah, every time I open that case and take something out and put it in and lock it right back up. And during a setup time, I'm a little bit more careful about quickly getting stuff into the cases and getting them locked up, and kind of if other dealers are coming up to, because you'll have that, like I'll be setting up at a show, 5 minutes of being at my table, just starting to like unpack a few boxes or even like just setting up the lights and stuff. And you got dealers coming up to you like wanting to say, oh, do you have this? Or can I look at your Lincoln sensor? Can I? And it's like, no, get the fuck out of here and come back in an hour. That's what you tell them. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
you know, because
I'm not ready yet.
to get deals and be the first to look at your stuff, but you know,
Yeah.
come on, the show's 4 days long. Come back in an hour. You know.
Yeah, I could imagine also sometimes you have scrupulous dealers there too
Well,
sometimes.
that's too, and some of these dealers that are, I mean, not every one of them's an angel, that's for sure. There's dealers that are known thieves, and when you find yourself at a show and they're set up at a table next to you or behind you is even worse because all the dealers have a table behind them where they put all the stuff or stuff that's not as secure. But if there's another dealer right behind your table, then you're sharing a table between you and the behind you, and there's people that steal. There's a lot of shady dealers out there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'd say lots of them, but there's a few. And word spreads fast, though, just like, you know, that people get reputations. And like I was just set up at a show at Buena Park, California a few weeks ago, and the dealer that was next to me, I was told by 4 different people, like in the first hours at the show setting up, keep an eye on that guy. He's got sticky fingers right next to you. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
So like, it just makes you nervous the whole show because like, you know, if I quickly, like, if you come to my table and I buy like 10 Morgan dollars from you, I don't have time just to stick them right in my case where they go and write up. Usually I just grab all that and set it on the table behind me to deal with it when I have time, you know, and
Yeah.
you gotta worry about someone else taking the stuff. It just sucks.
Yeah, well, that's why it pays to have those lock and key display boxes.
Well, yeah, that's important. When a lot of us, like when I do the bigger shows, like and I have enough room on the table behind me, I'll have a whole other showcase on the table behind me that, you know, well, until I have a chance to deal with it, I just put it in there, and it's all the stuff behind me. At least the important stuff is locked up.
Yeah.
So,
you know, Guardhouse sells all in display cases and all that too.
mm-hmm.
And you know, they're not very pricey, but
That's where I ordered.
It's better than renting.
Yeah, I ordered
a display case every time.
Yeah,
you go to a show.
Yeah, I ordered a couple from them like a couple years. I think they're like about $150 or so a piece for the real good ones, the full size, and that includes the shipping, which is a lot for those. So that's a pretty good deal. And then if you order a couple at a time, you can tell them, hey, make sure they all have the same key to make things easier. And so it's kind of funny. And then, but some of the bigger, I think the first few showcases I got, I just knew a guy from my coin club that was a dealer. I'm like, hey, do you got any older showcases or anything that you're willing to sell? And he's like, yeah, I got a few that are either, half not broken, but just like where the bottom, the board, the bottom was a little bit bowed or the glass is all scratched up. And so I bought a few of them just for like $25 each from the guy, and I used those until I was ready to buy my own. And then at some of the bigger shows like Long Beach, I just made it's so expensive to get tables there. I just made it part of my contract that, yeah, if I'm going to be paying you this much money, that's going to include showcases and lights. And I want that all at my table before I even get to the show. So I just made that part of my contract.
Nice.
Yeah, because lights are, how much are the lights? Like,
you can buy the lights for about $20, but the shows, when you rent stuff, usually they charge $10 to rent a case and like $5 to rent a light. That's what the
yeah, just buy your own stuff.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I just made it part of my contract at Long Beach. I want 9 showcases and 8 lights at my table before I even get to the show, and it's always there. So.
Oh, so you rent those?
Yeah, I just rent them from the show, but I don't have to pay anything. I just made it part of my contract. I'm like, hey, you're throwing if I'm going to be paying this much for the table, you're throwing that stuff in. I told them so.
Oh, gotcha.
Because it's so. I mean, because especially at a show like that where I got a corner table and I can fit 8 showcases. I mean, that's a lot of work just hauling around 8 cases. So I like not having to bring those to a show.
Yeah, true that.
Because they're heavy, and like I said, my car only fits so much stuff anyway, and it's just, yeah.
If y'all would check out TLT's channel.
Hey, take care, Seven Wonders.
Tim, that was in here earlier. If y'all would check out his channel.
Yeah.
Okay, Seven Wonders.
All right, Seven Wonders. Wait a minute. Is he leaving?
Looks like it.
Slacker is, yeah.
Oh, Slacker.
Yeah.
I have to wait till we stream earlier one night.
Yeah, I promised him I would be on 9 o'clock stream.
Oh, Seven Wonders said, have a great night. All right. Thank you for coming in, Seven Wonders. Anyway, Tim TLT did a live stream from the coin show in Bossier City, Louisiana, earlier in the year.
Okay.
And there was a guy from Baton Rouge over there, and he didn't have coins. All he had was coin supplies. That was it. Supplies. Coin albums, Damsco, Littleton, the little folders, flips, all of that stuff. Red books, cherry picker guides, everything. I mean, he had a lot of stuff. A lot.
We got one some of our local shows. It's basically a whole big. It's like a huge trailer that's just full of supplies, and they're all on nice shell or racks that he wheels out and fills up the whole lobby of the lodge that we have our shows at. And
right. Well, this guy had these
whole supply
like gondola type deals. Like with the A-frame pegboards on wheels.
Oh yeah, they got
just like you have in the stores.
Yeah,
just like you have in the stores, and everything was put on there real nice and neat and everything. He had tables and tables of stuff.
A little bit cheaper than you'll get at your local coin show or coin shop. I mean, so and it's just convenient there too. And they sell a lot of stuff not only to the public but to other dealers. Like if I'm at the show and it's like, shoot, I need another little box for 2x2s because I just bought a big collection and I don't even know where to put this. So I'll run over to the supply guy, and I mean they sell lots of dealers.
Yeah. So he had like, I'm not gonna say it was an 18-wheeler full of stuff. It was kind of like a huge U-Haul or bigger full of stuff. A large, the largest U-Haul they have, okay, that they make. I mean, he bought the vehicle to haul it around in, just like a big cargo truck, He bought this just to go to coin shows, and he goes all over the United States. And he's from Baton Rouge. His name's like Gator Bob or something.
Oh, wow.
Bob's Coin Shop or something like that in Baton Rouge.
Here you go, Cameron.
But he does not deal with.
Hey, Cameron.
He does not sell coins at the shows. He deals strictly in supplies at the shows. Cameron, how you doing, bud?
At ours, he has a table where he does coins, but then he has I think it's his two kids. They set up all the supplies, and because they have a coin shop, but then they bring like tons of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this guy, if y'all would check out TLT's video on that, on one of his live streams at the Bossier City Coin Show, this guy has a whole corner in the Pavilion Center, in the Civic Center over there. A whole corner, which is like probably, I don't know, it's got to be 25 foot by 25 foot area of his stuff.
Nice.
If not a little bit bigger area.
Michael, do you?
He's not a mod here.
What's that?
Cameron's wondering why he's not a mod here.
I'm wondering why am I not a mod here? I have plenty. That's why. I have plenty.
Hey, Michael, when you go to a big show or a small coin show, do you tailor your inventory to the type of dealers going to be there, or the shoppers that are going to be looking at your coins? Do you tailor it to a certain type of coinage, like more silver or more gold or more?
I mean, I wish I could. Like when I set up at Long Beach, I bring all my good slab stuff, and people buy and trade a lot of that there. But like if it's just a small local show, like I got one coming up in less than 2 weeks now in Van Nuys. It's just a small show with like 30 tables, and I mean, I can bring a couple cases of slab stuff, and I probably won't sell any of it just because it's a
Mm-hmm.
smaller show. But if I had a couple cases just with silver and gold bullion that I could sell real cheap, I'd sell a bunch of that. But it's just I just don't have tons of that. So, but like at smaller shows, I mean, I'll definitely not bring like all my world coins because you just don't sell that much of it at a smaller show. I'll bring my US stuff, but yeah, so I kind of try to do that. Like,
Now, I was wondering about that. If you bring a little bit of everything, like you said, you had 8 cases or 4 cases, would you tailor it to a smaller audience and then tailor it to the kind of dealers that would be showing up or the people that would go and buy the coins, and you would tailor it to that type of thought?
yeah, you try to. I mean, like, yeah, just depend. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to sell like a lot of the tough. Well, you just never know because even at a small show, you might have that one guy coming in looking for a bunch of tokens and medals, and if you don't, or the one guy looking for a bunch of world coins, and if you don't have them there, they're not going to email you later about them. So yeah, even
Because
like smaller shows, like at the Buena Park show, I just shared a table with a guy. So I mean, when I do the Long Beach show, I have a full corner table, so I have 8 showcases full of stuff. But then when I did this Buena Park show, I only had 2 showcases, so I definitely have to cut down what I bring. But at some of the shows like that, I'll still bring more than I have in the showcases. So like there, I mean, I had a couple boxes of world coins with me that. So if someone asked me, "Oh, hey, where's all your world coins?" or "Where's that stuff I saw on your website?" So it's like, oh, here, I have a box right here I can show you. But it's like I try not to bring too much stuff like that because it's not locked up, so I can't leave it overnight. I have to take it back and forth, and then it's also a security thing too. Like if you hand someone a whole box with 60 slabbed coins in it, then you can really watch them. So
you're right.
Hey, Mike, I got a question for you.
yeah, what's up?
I got four things left for Andrew. I got 2 more MS66W quarters, believe it or not. Okay. And I got the 67 greatest. Then I have the bicentennial Ike. I mean the centennial Ike, not the bicentennial, the centennial. With the general profile in the back. Oh boy. Oh man, that don't sound good. We got some tonad going on over here. Thunder and lightning, real bad. If I go off the air, y'all know why. Well, the power's going to go out, but the live stream will keep going. But if I lose power, y'all just keep the chat going, whatever, and all this. Let me show this right quick, Mike.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. My coin scope's on. Never mind. Let me transfer scopes. Cameras, I mean. Let me kill this. Let me kill this coin scope. It's going to make some noise if I unplug it if I don't. Then I'm going to plug in my webcam. Oh, man, that's getting close. Hope I don't lose power. Okay.
Thought we might have lost it.
All right, let me present myself here. Hold on, wait. Get my settings. There we go. This is the next thing I got But Andrew, I think I want your opinion on it.
You said you got some 60 quarters.
Or I got the 266s and the 167. There's Eisenhower in the background, General Eisenhower, and there's President Eisenhower in the foreground.
Yeah, the commemorative.
Yep, that's the commemorative. It's a proof silver. $1. How much you think we ought to do that one for? Or should I even put it up right now and throw a 66 up there again?
I mean, the commemorative, I think it's a more relatively common one. They just don't sell for a ton. I can look up what the gray sheet goes for, but you never know what people are going to value it at. But
wow, did y'all hear that?
Yeah,
that's getting very close.
That sounded loud.
You ought to hear it on my end.
Yeah, I don't hear that ever in California. We don't get thunder. Very rarely.
Gee, Monet. Hey, we had that all day today, just about.
Yeah, I just looked up the gray sheet price of that coin's $20.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, if you try to get a little extra, could you put spots on the wheel for $3-4? $4 probably. I mean, probably.
Yeah, I was thinking $4.
Yeah, I could see that.
I was thinking $4. Hey, $4 for an ounce of silver is not bad.
Well, it's under an ounce. It's the same as a Morgan dollar. It's a little over 3/4.
Yeah, well, yeah, correct.
But hey, it's like a dollar.
So. I think I'm gonna do $4 on it. Yeah, Slacker. It's right by me there.
What you guys get for those MS66W cores and stuff. That's crazy. You should keep. I'd be selling those all day long if you could get that money. Because I mean,
I just might throw a MS66W quarter up there again. You know, I just don't want to get nobody burned out on it.
$6 or $7 or $8 a spot, or I don't even remember what it was.
It's $6.50 for the W.
And don't you do like more than 10? Don't you do 12 spots on his?
Yeah, 12.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to know the value of those because they're all over. Some of them go pretty cheap on eBay. So, but
yeah.
If you can get it. If you can get
actually, I was talking about this the last couple of days in my live stream.
Yeah.
The American Memorial Park quarters. There's no grade higher than 67, MS67. There's no 68s graded by a grading company.
Right.
On the American Memorial Park W's. Wow, that was kind of close. Yeah, but these are graded, Cameron. Let me show it to you. It's graded. It's annexed, but it's graded. And I tell you what, 67 went out of the door for. Yeah, I know. I just said that earlier, Missy. Missy was reminding me that Tony had just woke her up from a dead sleep. So, anyway, like I was saying, the MS67 W, American Memorial Park, is the highest grade they have. There's no MS68 on that yet.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably some out there.
Maybe.
People are holding on to them that don't know what they have.
Well, sometimes the grading companies just kind of have a unspoken policy that hey, this is the maximum grade we're going to put on something. It doesn't matter. You can send them a perfect coin, and they're just going to give it that grade. You know what I mean? Because they don't want especially PCGS and NGC, where they have grading guarantees. They just don't put super high grades on stuff if they decide they don't want to do it.
Well, if the coin grades a 68, it should be graded at a 68. If it is a 68. And if PCGS says, oh, we're not going to grade this 68 because our limit's 67, well, guess what? I'll make a huge freaking video on that.
Well, no, they do coins. Like, you can send out as many as you want of something, and they're just don't grade a certain grades on certain coins. It just will never happen just because of their because they don't want 20 years from now that same coin coming back to them if it changes a little bit, or if that W quarter gets a little spot on it or something, or whatever the other coin is. That just like steel cents, they don't grade them MS69, or very rarely will you ever. Yeah, I don't think you'll ever see a 69 steel cent, even though there's some that deserve it.
Yeah.
Just there was an NGC MS69 in a heritage auction probably close to 10 years ago. And when everybody looked at it, everybody was kind of laughing at the auction house for even putting it in the auction because it had like white spots on it. And then basically enough dealers complained about it, and they pulled it from the auction. I think NGC had to buy it back.
Yeah.
But it was probably, if it was really an MS69 steel cent, it would go for 5 figures. But so that's why a lot of people were excited to see it. But there's it's not just that, but it's just other, like high grade Lincoln cents. They'll never grade any of them, at least the mint state ones. You're not going to see MS70s anymore. I'm not saying that's the policy with the W quarters, but it's just it's possible that there might be the reason you might not see the high grade is that they maybe just decided not to.
Well, there is other 68s and other designs. Not just the
W,
the part. Yeah.
Okay.
W. That's the one I'm talking about. Is the W.
Okay.
All right, Slacker. Thank you for coming in, my brother. Thank you very much. Wow, I didn't know Hector had dropped out.
No, my phone's real touchy. So if I even brush it by, Slacker, good night.
I didn't even know that. I mean, I seen you down there, but I didn't know you had dropped out. I just noticed it.
Yeah, it was open, so I wasn't even looking.
So anyway, what do you think, Michael? Another MS66 W quarter or that Centennial Eisenhower?
You know what you should do? I mean, the whole goal is to raise some money for Andrew, right?
Yeah, correct.
Why not do them both? Get 2 of them going. Say, I got 2 Andrew wheels open. We got one for a W, and whichever one fills up first, spin the wheel.
Yeah.
I mean, if the goal is to get him some money, and I'm sure he doesn't want it 3 months from now. I'm sure he wants it sooner than later.
Yeah.
The choice. And maybe you'll sell them both immediately, or maybe one will take longer than the other. I have no idea, but
yeah. Okay. That's a good idea.
And then so when people ask, hey, you got spots on the wheel? You go, well, I got Andrew wheel A and I got Andrew wheel B. Or you can call one Andrew wheel W for the W. I don't know.
Andrew wheel Ike, Andrew wheel W.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you'll have your own wheel that whatever you're doing. So you got choices for people,
Yeah, I got 3 instead of 2. All right. Thank you.
Look at that. This is my favorite stream to visit. Later, Hector. Talk to you soon. Very nice.
Nice. Later, Slacker. Talk to you soon.
Well, thank you, Slacker. I wish you'd have showed up.
I mean, for your own wheel, I like when you do one thing at a time to keep people focused and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're trying to help Andrew out and trying to get him some cash and try to get some of his stuff moved, then go for it.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah,
if you still got a few more of them MS66s, because if that one fills up right away, then you can get the next one going right after it.
Yeah, because I got like I said, I got 2 MS66s left and an MS67.
Yeah.
And plus that Centennial Ike.
I mean, it's a lot more to keep track of, but you could even get both of those going, the 66 and the 67. Say, I got two different ones. I got the 66 wheel and I got the 67 wheel. This one's $6 and the other one's whatever it is. And whenever they fill up, we'll spin, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right about that. You know, just like going to a coin show, you don't want to just bring one coin there. You want to bring a couple of hundred coins.
Well, you want to let people know, I think, too, because if they're, you know, maybe the person, you know, someone really wants the W quarter, but if all you're offering is the 66, and then maybe they only have a certain amount of money, and then when they see you do the 67 next week, they're gonna be like, "Oh, damn, I would have bought that spot," and you know, who knows what they really want.
You know, I bought a W San Antonio. I bought a W tonight. I won a auction on a W. San Antonio Missions.
Who was auctioning that one up?
Soccer plotter.
Oh, okay.
I think I won that for $16 or something.
I would have stayed in there if I'd known he was auctioning, because I was just popping in and out of there, and I saw him doing what it was, his 300 subs, and he was doing some giveaways and $50, and so I didn't a little bit, and then I didn't even realize he was going to do an auction, so I probably would have stayed.
Well, no, he did the auctions in between.
Oh, okay.
You know, I noticed also when he picked 5 at a time rolls.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, wow, 5 rolls, and you picked the comment, but the comment picker was sometimes picking the same name 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that's why I don't like using comment pickers for live streams, because more than half the people won't even be there.
Right.
Yeah. That was you know, Matt 83 had bought that box and gave that box and lots of 5. So 10 people had the chance to win.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Matt 83 and Sheldon Wexler, those two right there in order are 2 of the most generous guys in YouTube that I know of in the coin community. Yeah, and Matt had a box that he bought for himself. He was coming up to the locks. He didn't say that in chat, but I know he was doing that. He was coming up to the locks and had the wheel and had to concentrate very, very hard.
Yeah.
When you go through locks like that, you got a lot of current. You can't be watching YouTube and this and that and the other. So he said, "Hey guys, I got to run. I got something to do, and I used to run crew boats and all that, shrimp boats, and so I know what he was talking about." Anyway, he said, "Give my box to Sheldon. Give my box to Sheldon Wexler."
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole box.
That's cool.
Well, guys, it's 20 minutes to 2 o'clock. I got to be up at 6 tomorrow. So I'm going to call it a night.
You better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you for the conversation. Thank you for the invite, Cajun. Michael, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Everybody in chat, good night, and have a pleasant day tomorrow.
You too.
All right, Hector.
Bye-bye.
Bon nuit, Nick.
Buenas noches todos.
Yeah, Michael said he auctioned off a beautiful peace dollar with nice toning. He did.
Oh, wow.
Then he auctioned off another W mission quarter. I bid on it. I think 2 times, and then I think I did, or maybe I just laid off of that one. But that Morgan, I wanted that Morgan with that New Orleans Mint mark. It was a BU Morgan, brilliant uncirculated. He showed it. He got it from Apmex, and it looked real good to me. So when I get it in, I'm gonna look at it real good, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep it in my old Mint Morgan collection or just put it on the wheel. I don't know.
Well, I like TNT stars. I wish I would have liked to see that one. That sounds fun. Oh well.
I think he had a couple of them up there, if I'm not mistaken.
Cool.
Then he had the 2W quarters, the Mission, San Antonio Mission quarters.
I don't know how some of you guys do it though, because I mean I'm subscribed to so many different people, and if I click on my subscriptions tab right now, there's so much stuff. It's hard to keep up.
Okay, here's what you do. You on your laptop or desktop or whatever? Okay. All right. Go to look at the YouTube symbol with the red and all that.
Yeah.
Go to the left of that and you see them 3 lines.
Uh-huh.
All right, click on that.
Right.
All right. And then you're going to see home, trending, subs, library, history, all that.
Yeah.
And then scroll down just a little bit. It's going to say subscriptions.
Right.
And it's going to show you who's live and all that.
Okay, yeah.
I don't see nobody live on my end.
I just see you.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I guess that helps out. That's for sure.
That'll show
I
you
got
who's
my
live. Sometimes they're not live.
Yeah, I got a little over 600 people I'm subscribed to. Crazy.
Hey, Stacy, how you doing, buddy? Twisted R Racing is in the house.
Hey there, Twisted R.
Where you at, Stacy? You at home or you still on the road? He got his package from Andrew's Wheel last Saturday. It was delivered. I checked the tracking number, but he was on the road in his 18-wheeler. So I don't know if he made it back home yet or his wife got it, at the mailbox or what.
Hi, Sean. Good morning.
Hey, Sean, how you doing? Stacy, you still on the road? Wow. I got it at home, just haven't seen it yet. Gotcha.
Coffee.
Yeah, I'm a 3-pot, 4-pot coffee a day man sometimes. I'll be home Thursday.
All right. Well, no coffee for me right now. I think I'm gonna call it a night, even though it's already almost 2 a.m.
I'm just about calling it a night. I'm going to show off Mrs. Cooking here in a little bit.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna miss what's cooking with Cajun, huh?
What's cooking with Cajun's coming up. Let me do this right quick. Hold on a sec. I'm going to heat the food up. We're doing St. Louis style pork ribs in a different way.
Okay.
Not on the grill. We didn't put them on the grill. Well, the weather's too bad. But Missy can make a mean pork rib and gravy in a black pot.
Do them right
Who that?
pot, huh?
Who that? What's up, Phil guy? Yeah, some Cajun cooking there, Phil guy. You know that's right.
Ken Peavy's in the house. He says beans don't burn on the grill.
Beans don't burn on the grill, and that's right. How you doing, Ken? Good to see you, mon ami. I'm gonna Ken, send me an email right quick. Cajun Coin Hunter at 64. Cajun Coin Hunter 64 at gmail.com. I'll send you a link to jump up in here. We'd like to see you up in the panel. I was showing off some coins earlier. In fact, I want to show you something I got from Robert Lawson at Coin Op. The 54S RPM Lincoln cent. Thank you, Michael.
No problem.
I'm working on database right now. I got you in the background. Okay.
I don't know why the likes aren't working. Occasion I clicked on the like a while ago and it just still says there's 2 likes. I'm guessing other people have clicked it, but it seems like I had a problem a couple other streams trying to click
Yeah. Yeah, YouTube has a flubber going on right now.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully they're giving you credit for it when people click it, though.
It is. It is. It comes out right in the end. In fact, the last couple of days, I clicked like, and it would turn blue. It would add the number. Then the blue would go away on the thumb up.
Yeah, I was doing that when I was in a coin hunting couple days ago. I don't. It would go blue and then like a couple seconds later go back gray.
Then if you click it again, it's going to take it away.
Yeah.
Naturally. So
YouTube is one big glitch, Field Guy says. Well, sometimes it might seem that way, but I don't know. I don't know too many other sites that do that many videos and do all this.
Yeah. Field Guy's right. YouTube is a big glitch. Just about. And AVG, antivirus? Yeah, you know what AVG stands for, huh? All viruses are good. We're going to let you have them.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't mess with AVG. I'll do Sematic, which is a Norton, which Sematic owns Norton. And that's what my cousin uses at his radio station is Sematic. They have a lifetime license for every computer. All they do is enter that password, and that computer is. And hey, when you own a radio station, a huge radio station like K-Bone, KBON, yeah, you have to have a good antivirus.
Oh, no doubt. Well, that's kind of cool that they have that and they can get hooked up on that. Cool. All right.
And I can get that antivirus license. All I got to do is bring my laptop to the engineer at the radio station. He'll throw it in here for me.
That's sweet. Yeah, I think I got to renew mine every couple of years or so. Got it with the rest of the family because they got a real estate business, so they get licensed for a certain number of computers, and there's usually enough room in there for me to get a code from. I think it's
before my cousin Paul died. He told Bill, he said, anything this guy needs, computer work, whatever.
Nice.
He'll bring it into you.
Yeah, it looks like Field Guy said he
sent
me an email.
Field Guy sent me an email? All right. Let me check.
Unless he's talking to somebody else.
Probably so.
Maybe. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and take off for the night. Good chatting with you guys. And
all right. Yeah, I got to check on my my gravy here. Hold on, Mike. It's fixing to be ready. Hold on.
Okay. Dangerous watching what's cooking with Cajun because we're gonna see more stuff that I need to learn how to cook.
Oh man, that's good. Yeah.
That's one of the benefits of being the cook, right? You get lots of tasting.
Well, all I'm doing is reheating it.
Okay.
Miss is the one that cooked it.
Midnight Silver Run's asking how much was a container of 2x2 shipped.
A container, those 2x2 ships. It depends on how big of a container you want.
Midnight Silver Run sent me an email. Let's see. Did I see that? I do got a few emails here that I did not respond to, so I probably have it here. Let me look. I just get so many emails. I'm kind of looking here. What was the email on Midnight Silver Run? That might help me find it here. Yeah, occasionally saying it was a red container of 2x2s, I guess.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I'll be right with y'all. Y'all can see me in action over here.
Okay, man. I'm bringing that up right now. I did see that email, and just didn't get back to you because I was going to try to figure that out a little bit more. I don't think PCGS or NGC would put any designation other than like minor error or mint error on something like that, unless they can get it cataloged in a book, and just cataloged on a Clash website is not enough for them. Even like a lot of the websites that do they need it like in a book, like Cherry Picker's Guide or like an auction catalog or something major for them to do attributions on their labels. I think since you got like 30 of them, ANAX might be a good way to do it if you think that they'll attribute them, and maybe even talk to them and do like see if you can send all 30 of them in at once to maybe have all attributed together, because I know like if it's something they think is a good enough thing, or it could be cataloged by someone like Wexler that you mentioned there or somebody else on their website, they might usually when you do the first one they'll call it a discovery piece, but if you got 30 of them together, you might be able to come up with something like original finds hoard or something. You can come up with something that maybe you could put on all 30 of them that would make them a little more marketable down the road. Just that's what I would think on that. But if someone like Wexler's site or any of these websites where they have hundreds of thousands of varieties that they're finding every day, NGC and PCGS don't give a damn about that. There's such minor varieties, and they don't care about it. They only want the major varieties that are in the Cherry Picker's Guide and like the VAM book, or someone that writes a book about a specific series. They'll usually catalog based on those catalog numbers, but the online websites, they just won't do it. ANAX might. You'd have to talk to them, though. And ANAX grading would be a lot cheaper, no doubt. That's what I would think on that. I would email or call. Probably email's the best, so you could send that picture, like for example, and say, "Hey, I just found these," and you can tell them your story. And I got 30 of them. You could even say, "Hey, I know Michael Kittle Rare Coin because I do a lot of business. I just picked up 150 some coins graded by ANAX at the last coin show, so they know me." You could say, "Hey, you met me, and I, recommended to talk to them, and maybe and." You could even tell them I said that you guys would maybe even hook them up with a good deal to get all 30 of them graded, because the more coins you send in, especially if they're all the same thing like that, you won't have to pay their full price, most likely. You could negotiate a better deal. So you can go ahead and name drop me and say I recommended that you talk to them. The main guy there is Paul, or there's another guy. What's his name? I'm trying to think here real quick. It's Dennis. Let me see if I can pull up the ANX website real quick. Let's see. I'll give you his name, the guy that I would contact, the guy that knows me the most, probably. Shows. He's a coin show representative on the website. It's Dennis Foos, Fuoss. But I don't think they give his email address on the website. I don't see it here. Just wondering. They probably don't have. Let me even see if they put any of their email addresses on the website. Let's see. They probably just have a generic like email they want you to contact them through. Yeah, they just have it's the only thing they got on the website is customer service at ANX.com. But yeah, if you go to their website, ANX, you can go to this part. They got a tab for shows, and then there's one for. Then it drops down the coin show representatives. The main guy, his name is Paul DeFelice, Defelice. You'll see him there. And then the guy that I deal with a lot at the California shows, he's towards the bottom of the list. Well, let me look here.
Really? That's his last name? Dennis DeFelice?
Yes. You could say that you've talked to Michael Kittle, and he said to try to get a hold of either of those two guys, and maybe they can help you out.
That's Dennis's last name, DeFelice?
Paul.
Oh, Paul DeFelice. Guess what?
What's that?
Matt 83 is a DeFelice.
Is that right?
That's a South Louisiana name.
Okay. Yeah, he's in Colorado now with he's the VP and like one of the head guys of ANX right now.
I'll be dog.
Yeah, he comes out to all the major shows. Like he'll be the guy sitting at the table, like at the Long Beach shows and a lot of the big shows.
There it is, guys. We got St. Louis style ribs. I think these are the St. Louis style ribs.
Okay.
They're not the baby backs. And then Missy cooked that down in a gravy. What we call a brown gravy down here. A greasy onion gravy.
Yeah.
And them things are tender.
What do you do? Just leave that pot for a couple hours?
No, not really.
No?
You have to tend to it.
Okay.
You have to tend to it. That's what Cajun cooking is about, and it's not hot. It's not hot food. It's just flavorful. Yeah. It's not spicy at all. Okay. Never spicy. Cajun food is not hot. Well, boiled crawfish, yeah. Okay, that's a different story right there.
Yeah.
You want a little kick to your boiled crawfish because you have to add extra salt, extra red pepper, crawfish boil seasoning.
Okay.
Because it's a shellfish, it's a crustacean. So it takes a lot to get inside just to season a little bit. But I don't like eating stuff that I can't taste because it's too hot. No. Cajuns are not like that. Cajuns get a bad rap on that.
Yeah, I would guess a lot of people outside of that area would think that, it's just all spicy.
Yep. Now that's a good plate of food. You go to a restaurant, you're going to pay $7 for that, $8.
And that's what you eat at 4 in the morning?
Yep, that's what I'm eating 4 in the morning right now. That's right.
All right. It's a good day's breakfast.
That's a healthy man's breakfast.
That looks pretty good.
And those ribs are stacked with meat.
Yeah, midnight run. What do I think some of those would go for? I mean, it just all depends on how you get them holdered. Like if you can get Anax to put on there, like if you can get someone like either Wexler or somebody else to say, yes, this is this variety and give it some kind of an attribution number, and then get someone like Anax to put it in a holder and call all of yours part of like a discovery hoard, then yes, you'll get a little more than if it doesn't have that kind of stuff. And really, I mean, it's just about marketing it at that point. If you got 30 of them, I mean, you could try to get one of the coin magazines to pick it up and say, hey, here's what I found, send the pictures, and hey, we got a new number for it, and try to get them to write like a one-page article about your find with a good photo like you have there. And if you can get something like that in the magazine somewhere, and then all of a sudden you're going out there and you're selling some of them from the original discoveries, they'll get more than if you don't do all that, which, there's no guarantee you can even get any of that stuff done, but to really maximize what you have there, that's the kind of stuff you might want to do.
Hey, guess what?
What's that?
I got 4 spots on Chuck Daughtry's 1963D OBW Roverville. Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Coppercoins.com. I bought 4 spots for the 63D rolls. And guess what? I got my name attributed for that die find.
Oh, yeah?
Chuck asked me today. Chuck Daughtry asked me, hey, Cajun, can I use your name and the pictures of that penny to put on my website in my book? I'm like, yes, sir, please do. So guess what? I got my name on a new find.
Hey, pretty cool. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, Midnight Silver Run. I would, it might be better to wait until maybe you have some of those people that do the attributions and cataloging, see if they're going to give it a number or something, because then you might have a better story to tell when you go to, if that's something that you really wanted to do, is go to Anax and get them holdered with, because then they would have a number they could throw on the label or something. Unless you think there's going to be another big horde of these found soon, and you think you just need to sell them quick. I mean, that's another thing you got to worry about is, but you're talking about something here. What were they, 1984, I believe, or at least what you showed me. So the chances that a huge discovery is going to come about, that somebody else is going to pop up with another 30 and be competing with you, is not that great.
Oh, Midnight's talking about those jailhouse Lincolns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those. Man, those are sweet.
Right.
We got a bunch of them. I forget, it was like 30, 34, 35 of them. Man, those jailhouse Lincolns are sweet.
Now, Midnight Silver, another option, if you just want to do it fast and cheap, you can send those coins in the Anax, and they won't even grade them. You won't even get like MS65 red, 66 red, whatever they are. You could have them pretty much put whatever you want on the label. Like, here's an example that I have. I'll put under the camera here, which I'm going to bring up the thing so I can see if it's even under the camera. Yeah, right here. I just have Anax slab stuff like this. This just says Michael Kittle Rare Coins, and it's like an advertising piece. And I can give them pretty much as many coins as I want and tell them what to put on the label. And if they don't even have to send it to their graders, then they just, it's only it's like half the price of a normal grading even with them. And you can get a real good deal, and it's fast. But so he gave it a number there. So yeah, I don't know. You'd have to talk to Anax, like if that's something you want. But if they're going to put like something like an attribution label, then you'd have to run it, or attribution number on their label. You'd have to run it through their grader so they can confirm it's really that. Like, I can't send in a bunch of coins saying, oh, this is a double die, and then put my name on it too and get them to do it without their grade. They need to look at that kind of stuff. But But like I said, if you just want to do something cheap, you could say, "Oh, this is the Midnight Silver Run find," or Midnight Silver Run hoard, or without putting like a number or calling it something. You could do, you could have them put that on a label, real cheap and fast. But I don't know. Hope that helps some. That'd be good. All right, Cage successfully cut me up another half hour or so past my bedtime that I wanted. So,
Yeah, it's all right.
So, yeah, and if you need any more help with that Midnight Soul Run, just go ahead and shoot me another email that I'll probably not get to for another couple days until you bug me about it. Nah, sorry about that. I just got today. I mean, I do a lot of my day job is I do a lot of tax work of attorney and do some tax returns. And I guess it's yesterday now. October 15th was a big deadline for everybody that's on extension with tax returns. Yesterday was the due date. So the last few days just been catching up with all the procrastinators who don't do their taxes until 6 months after the real deadline. So,
Yeah, you got to try to get the procrastinators out of a deep shithole.
oh yeah, well, believe me, if there was another extension available, then they would have taken that too. That's the way some people are. So, all right, guys, you guys have a good one.
All right, Mike. Thank you very much for coming in, buddy.
Absolutely. You have a good one, and I guess we'll see you later on.
All right.
Yep.
Plutarch.
Yep.
Actually, I'm going to be running out myself, guys. I'm going to finish my breakfast, so-called breakfast here. And supper, breakfast. And I thank everybody for coming in tonight. And like I always say, love, peace, and crackling grease. Get y'all. Plutarch.